Set in the 1960s on an island off the coast of New England, a young boy and a girl fall in love and decide to run away together. The town is flipped upside down as various factions organize to find them, which might not be such a bad thing. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we're going to give you a recap of the film Moonrise Kingdom, which is a movie from the romantic comedy genre. An amazing film that is best watched with someone you love, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. You will certainly have a wonderful time. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts and we see Sam Shikowski, a 12-year-old orphan who joins Camp Ivanhoe, a khaki scout summer camp managed by Scoutmaster Randy Ward on the New England island of New Penzance. Susie Bishop, also 12, lives at Summer's End with her parents, Walt and Laura Bishop, both attorneys, and her 3 younger brothers. After meeting backstage during a staging of Noise Fleda at St. Jack's Church on the nearby island of St. Jackwood, Sam Shikowski and Susie Bishop had discreetly been pen pals for months. Susie was fascinated by Sam's assertive yet easygoing demeanor, while Sam was pulled to Susie's honest and rebellious spirit. They both conveyed their dissatisfaction with their lives through their letters. Sam lives with foster parents and a slew of foster brothers who torment him before attending Camp Ivanhoe. Susie doesn't get along with other girls her age and feels misunderstood at school and forgotten at home. They plan to rejoin in the summer and run away together during the next year. Susie sneaks out of her house with her binoculars, cat, 6 library books, and her brother's record player as the appointed date approaches. They meet in a field and go out on their adventure. Scoutmaster Ward informs Police Captain Sharp about Sam's absence, and Sharp dials what he believes to be Sam's home number. Mr. Billingsley, Sam's foster father, informs Sharp and Ward that Sam is an orphan who cannot return to the foster home due to his long history of unusual and occasionally hazardous conduct. Sharp and Ward are disappointed that after they locate Sam, their only option is to hand him over to social services. Susie's parents finally detect she's gone missing and figure out her plan thanks to a shoebox full of letters from Sam. They combine their information about Sam and Susie and begin tracking them with Captain Sharp, with whom Laura Bishop is having an affair. Meanwhile, Susie and Sam are hiking through the woods, pausing for food and talking now and then. Susie is impressed by Sam's strong camping and survival knowledge. They are eventually discovered by the boys of Troop 55, who have all brought guns, despite their best efforts to hide their tracks. They try to kidnap Sam, which leads to a brief brawl in which Susie stabs one of the more aggressive scout with a pair of scissors, and the camp dog Snoopy is unintentionally killed by an arrow. The scouts escape the woods without catching Sam, but they report back to Sharp, Ward, and Susie's parents to let them know where they are. The injured scout is transported to the hospital, and Walt Bishop vents his fury and frustration on Scoutmaster Ward, accusing him of allowing one of these beige lunatics to abduct his daughter. An old island resident and former instructor interrupt the commotion and advise that they investigate a cove on the opposite side of the island, where Sam has showed interest in retracing a Native American migration route. Susie and Sam camp out on the cove in question, where they bond even more while swimming, dancing on the beach, and kissing for the first time. Susie accepts Sam's earrings made of green beetles and fishhooks, and she even lets him jab the hooks into her unpierced earlobes. Throughout the evening, they continue to converse, expressing their hopes for the future and their perspectives on the family. Susie reads aloud from one of their books while Sam paints a portrait of her. Captain Sharp, Scoutmaster Ward, Susie's parents, and Troop 55, who has finally tracked them down, wake them up the next morning. As a result, Sam and Susie are separated forcibly. Susie's family has prevented her from meeting Sam again, so she treats them with stoic contempt at home. Sam receives a letter from his foster family stating that he is no longer welcome to remain with them. Captain Sharp, who has developed a bond with the clever young outsider, temporarily takes Sam in. Sharp and Ward, who sympathize with Sam's plight, reluctantly speak with a social service representative, who informs them that, due to Sam's history of troublesome conduct, he would be placed in juvenile refuge and may be subject to shock therapy. Troop 55 at Camp Ivanhoe has a collective change of heart, and the scouts feel bad about how they treated Sam. They realize it is their responsibility to save Sam, now that they know the awful circumstances of his background and his grim future. They pack provisions and flee the camp, making their way to Susie's house to reunite with Sam. They retreat to Captain Sharp's house, accompanied by an ecstatic Susie, who has a homemade dummy in her bed as a decoy. Sam begins to trust his erstwhile adversaries after they rescue him from Captain Sharp's houseboat, and he is happy to see Susie again. The next step in the plan is to sail to Fort Lebanon for the Khaki Scouts Hullabaloo, which will be staffed by Cousin Ben, an elder relative of a Troop 55 member. Sam and Susie tell Cousin Ben about their condition and that they are in love. Cousin Ben, who has quasi-official power to do so, offers to officiate at an impromptu wedding for the couple, which will have little legal validity but will be significant emotionally. The newlyweds then board a yacht and are about to flee with the assistance of Cousin Ben, when Susie remembers she has forgotten her binoculars. Sam returns to fetch them, but is met by the scout Susie had earlier stabbed, who is now healing in the infirmary. With Susie's binoculars, the furious scout teases Sam. Sam ultimately breaks and strikes the scout, who instantly identifies Troop 55 as a fugitive. As the forecast big storm brews overhead, Troop 55, Sam, and Susie are chased from the Hullabaloo grounds. During the chase, Sam is struck by lightning, but miraculously survives. Scoutmaster Ward comes to Fort Lebanon in pursuit of his unit that has gone missing. Ward's perceived inefficiency enrages Commander Pierce, who is in charge of the Hullabaloo, and he strips him of his title. As the storm intensifies, the group prepares to escape to higher ground. The flood arrives before they can do so. Ward leaps into action and rescues Commander Pierce, who was imprisoned in his headquarters at the moment, and shuttles everyone out of the camp while carrying Pierce on his back. Troop 55, Ward, Pierce, Captain Sharp, Susie's parents, and the social service representatives swarm into St. Jack's Church, the designated storm shelter on the island of St. Jackwood. Sam and Susie are in the area, but they're hiding near the steeple. After considerable wrangling among the grown-ups over the children's safety and Sam's destiny, Sam and Susie are discovered and flee to the roof. Captain Sharp is terrified and scrambles for a solution. He understands that Sam and Susie are being evasive because they anticipate being separated once they are found. Sharp asks social services if Sam can stay with him on the island so he can be closer to Susie, but the representative initially declines because Sharp is not married. Susie's parents, who are both lawyers, convince her that there are no legal obstacles to the arrangement. Sharp rushes to the roof, where Sam and Susie are huddled against the spire in the pouring rain and howling wind. Sharp implores Sam to consider the offer of a new home on the island as they prepare to plunge into the water below. Sam agrees, but before the three can descend to safety, a bolt of lightning strikes the steeple, leaving Sharp, Sam, and Susie clinging dangerously over the rising floodwaters. Sharp can keep them from falling, and eventually brings them to safety. Susie is safe at home again after some time. Sam pays Susie daily visits, though it's unclear whether her parents allow it because Sam enters and exits through an upstairs window. He lives happily with Captain Sharp, who is preparing him to join the island police force. Camp Ivanhoe's circumstances have also improved. Scoutmaster Ward has reclaimed his position, is dating the attractive post office switchboard lady, and is inviting new members to Troop 55. The film ends with a close-up of a painting Sam created of the cove where he and Susie spent their journey. While camping there, they decided they didn't like the island's name and planned to come up with a new one. The Moonrise Kingdom, spelled out with pebbles on the sand of the cove, is not shown until Sam's artwork reveals it. So that's all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to Comedy Recap, the best channel for watching the recaps of your favorite comedy movies. Lastly, do hit the bell icon to remain updated about all our future videos. Till then, see ya.